right, there's something here. I started to dig before I turned the camera off, or camera on, so let's see. All right, there are the numbers. So it's in here. There it is. There it is. I think it is that little, it's a piece of foil. It is, oh no. Oh, it's a piece of metal. God, it looks like a rock. No wonder I didn't get it right. There we go. Okay, finally, I did find 10 pesos. Actually, that's a lie. My friend who's walking with me found the 10 peso coin that I've been digging for. So, there was 10 pesos here. He dug it out. I was looking at what I had scooped out. He saw it. So there it is, 10 pesos.
Hey everyone. I'm taking a little intermission between the hunt that just finished, which was rather futile, and then the one that's upcoming, because it was part of the same, well, the hunt that just finished was in the afternoon, and the one that's upcoming is the very next morning. But I wanted to put them all in one video because the hunt that just finished is about 2 minutes long, which doesn't make for a very good video. So my friend who found the 10 pesos, I was digging the scoop in, and he was standing on the opposite side watching me. And I was fluffing around with the sand that I had removed from the spot, and he saw that 10 pesos just barely sticking out on my side, so I couldn't see it. So he got the 10 pesos out. I was excited about doing a low tide hunt in a more populated beach. The afternoon did not work for me. I definitely prefer going out in the early morning. That's much more suitable for me. So that's what's coming up, is the early morning in the next segment. So I did have some thoughts though. One, to anybody else who is a beginner, don't get discouraged. I have had a few comments on my videos from other beginners saying that it's great to see another beginner, because most of you all out here doing this on YouTube are really proficient at it. And I'm not. I suck. And I've had some comments about people expressing some gratitude that it's not all as easy as it looks. I'm really bad at this. I'm looking forward to getting better, but right now I'm pretty bad at it. And that's all right. That comes with practice and learning more about the machine. Two, even though I'm not finding particularly good finds, I've discovered that I'm a lot more comfortable swinging the machine. Before, I was moving the machine. I wasn't letting it really be a natural extension of my body. That is a very noticeable change. So I'm pleased about that. I do have one question, though, for all of you who are more experienced. All of the tutorials that I've watched about swinging the metal detector focus on where the coil is in relation to the ground. What about the top part, though? Because what I have found that I'm doing, which I don't think is the ideal way, is that I'm resting the back side of the cuff on my hip, and I'm using that as a pivot point. But what ends up happening is that I'm bruising my hip because more and more weight just rest on that for an hour, hour and a half. So I think that there's a better way. I also, when I first started, I think I had the metal detector shaft too long because my arm got tired. And I'm a pretty strong person. I mean, I live in a very remote location, and I have to hike everything into my house, and I have to carry out all my trash, and it's up a mountain. So I'm pretty fit. But I found that my arm was getting tired swinging the metal detector the first time or two. So I thought that maybe there was just too much weight sort of extended out in front of me. And I know it's not heavy, but over time it does add up. And so I shortened the shaft, and it was certainly more comfortable. But now I find that I've got my elbow right against my side. And so the back cuff, or the back of the cuff, is resting on my hip bone. So I'm getting bruised on my right hip. And I'm not exactly sure what the ideal length is in relation to your height, or where where that arm cuff should rest on my forearm. Should it be lower, higher? How does that work? Obviously some of that is, all of that is personal preference, but I also suspect that there are some guidelines that one can follow so that it's a little easier. So what's coming up is the sunrise hunt the next morning. These are on a beach in Vallarta. It's a beach near where my little apartment is in the city. I primarily live out remotely in the jungle, but I have a little small apartment a few blocks from the beach in Vallarta in a more Mexican barrio that I spend one night in every 4 or 5 nights, I'll say. So it's lovely to have the access to both the city and where I live remotely in the jungle. So it's a beach near my house. It's not particularly a tourist beach. There's one nice hotel there, but otherwise it's much more of a Mexican beach. Not that one is good or bad, but Mexicans don't tend to wear jewelry in the same way that people from the US and Canada do. Tomorrow, I am going hunting with a Mexican man that I met who is very, very experienced. He's got a deuce too, and I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I can understand him well enough. I do speak decent Spanish. I'm just not fluent. And so I'm going to meet him tomorrow, and he's going to hopefully give me a few pointers, and we'll do some hunting together on a different beach that's quite a ritzy area. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of fruition there. But for now, let's get to the sunrise hunt, and you guys have a great day. Onward to part 2.
So this is Puerto Vallarta, waking up for the morning. I'm not on the busiest beach, but we'll see what I find. Okay, I just found something right here. It's totally too dark. Anyway, it's a little centavo. Well, I can't actually tell what coin it is. I'll check on the coin when I get back home. But it's something. It's a coin. So first find of the day. I did it again. I forgot to turn the camera on. But there is something in this hole, and now it's in the scoop. And I think it is this piece of metal. You should be able to see the cruise ship a little better now. It's getting a little more light. It's coming in. So I had like a jumping around 40 here. It is now in here somewhere. So I think it's probably a pull tab or a bottle cap because I'm having good luck with that today. Let's scrape this out a little bit. No, don't have it yet. Oh, is that it right there? I think that's it. I got it. It's a pull tab. It's a pull tab. Finally remembered to turn the camera on before I dig. So we've got 60, 63, 64. I think it's junk. I'm starting to learn what's junk, but we'll give it a try. See what we get. It looks like a can, and it is. That is a can. Alright, get rid of that. So where there's a can, there's probably a pull tab, because I'm still getting a signal here. Let's just see. Might be another can. Oh, it is. It's another can. It's right there. It's another can. There it is. 2 Modelos.
Well, here it is, everybody. Here's the haul from the afternoon low tide, which was a bit of a disaster, and the early morning sunrise hunt. So a lot of trash, some few bits of pretty interesting metal, and a few coins. Thank you guys.